What gave you the idea to start going to people whose careers were altered by this? Walk me through that.
Well, I mean, obviously the big, enormous story over the winter and over the last couple months of baseball has been this Astros scandal, and people can't seem to get enough of it. But we've talked so much about like what they did, and the World Series in 2017, and Darvish, was he tipping his pitches? Oh no, now maybe the Astros knew it was coming, and Darvish and Kershaw, but. Beyond that, in talking with a couple of my editors at Bleacher Report, we're kind of almost brainstorming different, well, there's a lot more to this than just that. And, so one of them is just, that human cost, and it turned out there were a number of guys trying to cling to their careers because I think in professional sports in general, but in baseball, Rich, to me, that's the one thing, the biggest thing I think that fans the average fan doesn't realize. They say, oh, these guys are major leaguers. They have it made. The one thing I think that people don't understand is the rampant insecurity in the game at all levels. Even the superstars, they're insecure because they have to stay playing at that same level. Well, you go all the way down to the fringe guys, people trying to take their jobs, and then maybe the guy they have a tenuous hold on their spots anyway, and then you get to a case like the Astros in 2017 where they knew what was coming, which pitches were going to be thrown, and the fringe guys, so many of them, after got face the Astros and get dispatched to the minor leagues later that night or the next day. And, we just wonder what was that like? And especially now when these guys are still, some of them are out of the game or some of them are clinging to their careers. And now that they know now what they didn't know then, what's their reaction now? And, there's just a human cost. We get wrapped up in numbers so much in sports in general.
Right.
But, the human cost is always interesting to me.
So, for those who have not had the benefit of reading your piece, give everyone an example of a story of somebody who got lit up and then lost their job and how they're feeling about it today. Scott.
The guy I led with, Anthony Bass, Texas Rangers 2017, and he's in the minor leagues. He's in AAA for the Texas Rangers, and he's trying to get back to the majors. He had been 2013, 14, 15, 16. He had started in the majors and not ever finished a full season, but he had pitched a fair amount. So then 2017, he's in the minors for Texas, still trying to get back to the promised land. So he was with their AAA team outside of Houston, Round Rock, and he gets a call in May. It's early May, and he's pitched in a game AAA game that night. He's back to his hotel or back to his apartment where his pregnant wife is, and he arrives late after the game, 11:30 or whatever, at night. And he gets a call from the Rangers. Hey, we're in Houston, and we're calling you up. We need you at tomorrow's game. We need you to drive there. It was like maybe a 3.5 hour drive. And so he's like, okay, so got to be there in time for tomorrow. So he drives through the night, gets there to Houston, and gets called on to pitch that day. Couple innings, gets hit pretty hard. According to the website that keeps track of all the trash can bangs, it was minimal that day, but there were some bangs when he pitched. So right after the game, gets called into Jeff Bannister's office, then the manager of the Rangers, and he says, hey, I'm sorry to do this to you, but, we're going to send you back to AAA. So he drives the 3 hours back. Meanwhile, when he got called up, it's 11:30 at night. He's leaving in a hurry for Houston. His wife says, I thought it was very poignant, says, okay, I'll see you when I see you. And in that sentence, to me, encapsulates the pride in your spouse, the hope for good things to happen. I'll see you when I see you. She didn't know. He might have been in the majors. She might not have seen him for a month, until the next time they visited. turned out one night later he calls her, "Hey, I'm on my way back home, honey," and he tells me she. At the time, he said, "Yeah, I get it. We understand you get called up for one game, then sent back. It happens sometimes." So he said, actually, she was more upset than I was in the moment. She was like, geez, basically like they're abusing you. You know, they make you drive 3 hours for one game, then send you back. And little did they know at the time, it was the Astros that were doing the abusing.
It's amazing, Scott.
He didn't know.
It's just remarkable.